Hey everybody, how's it going? All right, I'm back for a little update here. I just wanted to talk to you guys for a few about some things that are going on in the horror community with regards to gaming and the Nightmare on Elm Street box set that's supposed to be coming, and some art controversy that was going around recently. I just wanted to address some of that stuff and yeah, just give you guys a general update on what's been going on. So let's get into it. All right, so recently I caught a post. I would say it was a couple of weeks ago. I remember it was an early Tuesday morning, and I happened to see it on Reddit. And it was a picture of what was supposedly supposed to be this art for the Nightmare on Elm Street upcoming box set or steelbook set that's supposed to be happening likely sometime this September, October, or something like that. Anyway, I saw this art and I immediately thought, oh, come on. Like, I didn't take it seriously. Like, I mean, here's a look at it here if you haven't seen it. But for me, it looked probably AI generated, and maybe a notch or two over clip art. I thought it looked really silly and whatever. But I guess there was a small benefit of the doubt considering the art blunders that were on the original film when its Ultra HD 4K release happened. The artwork there was pretty bad. They used a Part 4 Freddy for the cover, and there was a lot of the artwork even in the steelbook set that I got that had Freddy from a lot of other scenes besides the first film. There were some things from the first film in there, though, thank goodness. But yeah, it felt like whoever put it together wasn't a real true fan of the franchise, or somebody said, "Oh, just put cool pictures of Freddy in there." Yeah. Use that one. It's like step into my office. Yeah. Anyway, so that was annoying. So I guess when people saw this, they immediately started to panic. I thought, it doesn't look like, is this a real announcement? Like they had said they saw it posted somewhere, like on Blu-ray.com or something like that. So I thought, okay, but it's not official, right? So take it with a grain of salt. But it did make me think, because this last artwork was so bad. Anyway, I happen to notice in some of the comments as I'm reading along, everybody's worried about it. And I get to the bottom and it says unhide, like a comment or something. I thought, well, that's weird. So I unhide it, or I show hidden, or whatever it was. And it said, this is a troll. Somebody made this on Blu-ray.com as, as a troll. So I thought, yeah, see, that makes sense to me. So, yeah, I didn't take it seriously. So I thought about doing a quick video on it. It was easier said than done, I suppose. But in hindsight, I kind of wish I did, because I was just going to say, if you see this, I wouldn't panic. There's people already saying it was a troll and it's likely not real, and take it with a grain of salt. And I never did that. But I really didn't think it would become what it did. It kind of went viral. And I remember I did the whole work day, had a late day, and about 12 hours after reading it, I sit down and I open YouTube, and there's channel after channel covering it in a big panic that this is going to be the artwork and everything. And I was like what? Like, I felt like I was one of the few that didn't miss that it was likely a troll, or didn't think for a second that somebody would be having fun, and just believe that art was the real deal. And I was just really surprised. I thought, really, you guys? Whatever. I guess, I suppose it. Like I said, the artwork on the first film really bothered a lot of people. So I suppose it's feasible to consider a lot of people taking that as the actual artwork. So I guess I can't fault them there. But good news is they took the artwork down, and it's definitely not the artwork as we thought. And recently they've just put up a plain looking black box with a title on it, and say artwork subject to change or will likely change, or not actual artwork, something like that. So we really still have no idea what it's going to look like, but it will definitely not be that. Okay, so in some other news, this coming Friday, that'll be Friday, July the 25th, at the San Diego Comic-Con, they apparently are going to be releasing or letting the public see for the first time the new NECA Savini Jason figure, kind of like the little one I have here of the final chapter. I never did collect them. I don't have the space or room for that kind of stuff, but Savini Jason is coming, so it's interesting news because, you know, it's a character directly from this game from 2017, you know, and here it is 2025. It's a little strange it's popping out now, and I know they are still waiting to do NECA. I think we're still waiting to have a Jason Takes Manhattan, I think, and Jason Goes to Hell, a bunch of them still, I think. But they're doing Savini Jason first, so that's a little strange, but that makes me wonder, you know, could something be going on with the game, you know? You know, I guess I'm hoping that something will get done with it, because it is a little strange that they are looking into that, you know. And then there's the recent news, of course, about the whole gun licensing, Scout Dracula. I think I talked about that in the last video. I don't remember for sure, but anyway, for those of you who haven't heard, Scout Dracula is apparently a trademark or name that Gun applied for, you know, a license or trademark for. It's making everybody wonder if they're going to have a new game called Scout Dracula that's just totally independent and their own thing. Maybe, I don't know. I'm also thinking it could just as easily be some kind of a new gaming division that's going to be focusing on something, maybe. I do think they have a few things in the works, likely. If they're working on an independent game, that could be one right there. I'm hoping they're going to do some kind of a Friday the 13th remaster. Like, I would love to see them do a Friday the 13th the game part 2, you know, or remastered, because I think they could save a lot of money by just basically, you know, turning the servers back on and reigniting the game and you know, working on it again, adding to it. I think it would be a success, you know. Like, a lot of people went to great lengths to still play this game, like me, for example, on PlayStation now with the DNS servers. And there's a whole bunch of, you know, fan work that's been done on these games as well for the Resurrection stuff online, and, you know, all that awesome stuff where the Grendel map's been done, you know, and they have Uber Jason and all the rest of it. So it still seems to be really popular, or popular enough to keep going. I think they're crazy to ignore that. So I do hope they do something like that, and with this Savini Jason release, you know, that might give us a little bit of hope. I'm not holding my breath still, but it does make me wonder. Now, of course, Harry Manfredini already mentioned, you know, back in 2023 that he was working on a new game. So we know something was happening there. I don't know if the brakes were hit on that or not, or if it's still going on. There is also the rumor of the Halloween game coming. Actually, we know that's happening. John Carpenter told us that. I just don't know details or when or who's handling it. There's been rumors that Gunn and Elphonic possibly are working on this game. I know that scares a lot of people because of Gunn's problems with Friday the 13th, that I think were mostly because of the lawsuit, though, so I don't really blame them as much for that stuff. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to pretty much abandon the game after a couple years is pretty surprising. I didn't see that coming. So that's concerning for sure if they're doing it. On the other hand, they do nice games, and there's no way I'm going to be able to avoid it. I mean, when one comes, it doesn't matter who's making it, more or less. I'm going to want to have the game. I'm too big of a fan not to, you know. So if they do it, I think it'll end up being probably a pretty cool game. I'm hoping it'll be more like an ASIM like Friday the 13th was, you know, Haddonfield maps, different Michael Myers, different strengths and weaknesses, and characters like counselors, you know, like you could have, of course, Laurie in the Tommy role, or just other people from Haddonfield or something. It's an interesting idea, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But again, we don't really know what who's working on it or whatever, or what this whole Scout Dracula thing is from Gunn. So I guess we will find out more this coming Friday at the San Diego Comic-Con. There's supposed to be plenty of announcements, so hopefully there'll be some things to talk about, you know, Friday night or Saturday morning anyway. So looking forward to seeing what happens there, but it's nice to know that there is a little bit of hope maybe for Friday the 13th, the game coming back, or maybe getting a remaster. But again, not going to hold my breath. They also said that apparently Spirit Halloween is going to be carrying their new Jason mask. So that is supposed to be revealed, I believe, this Friday as well at the Comic-Con. If it's going to look like the Jason Universe mask, good luck impressing me. I don't know, man. I'm pretty unsure about that mask. And I've seen some molds of it on Instagram and stuff here and there. I don't know if it's exactly the same as what it's going to be like, but it looks just like that sort of AI-ish looking Greg Nicotero Jason that I'm not fond of, with the 13 holes and the funny eye shapes. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see what happens. But for me, again, I would keep that hole pattern. I think it's 30 holes or so, but pretty much every Jason hockey mask had at least the hole pattern. I think that's his signature MO, and I really don't know why they're messing with that. I mean, they could make the mask really original, still having the hole pattern, and it would still be Jason, you know, like there's no mistaking it. In this case, hopefully there won't be, you know, we're not going to get him confused with Casey Jones or something, but I am a little concerned about this mask. And if it's a Spirit Halloween mask, who knows, it's probably not going to be anything very high-end anyway, but I'm curious to see what it looks like. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump in here real quick because I'm actually editing this video that I shot yesterday early this morning, and I noticed I got an email from Boss Team Games, of all people. So turns out, now I didn't mention this, but there have been some rumors about a Hellraiser game possibly coming out. It was kind of mixed in with all the other rumors, so I really didn't say much about it because, well, I'm not really a Hellraiser guy or anything like that. But I did hear that there were rumblings that a Hellraiser game could very well be coming. And it turns out that is exactly what's happened. So this morning from Boss Team Games, I got an email about a Hellraiser Revival Collector's Edition. So they send out these emails to anyone who bought, you know, their Evil Dead game, because Boss Team did the Evil Dead game, and I bought a, you know, a big deluxe version that had everything in it, collectible, you know, including the vinyl LP and stuff. So that's probably why I got an email, but I just found out this morning that apparently Boss Team is doing the Hellraiser game. It's coming out fairly soon. So here's some details here on it. So it looks like there's 3 different versions of this game. You get the Genesis edition, the Cenobite edition, as well as the Leviathan edition. That's the most exclusive because it's limited to only 1,000 copies. So you get a copy of the deluxe edition of the game for whichever platform you're on, you know, PS5, Series X, or PC and Steam. You get the digital content, you get an exclusive replica puzzle box with LED lighting effects. Choose from the original configuration box or the new Genesis configuration box inspired by the game. Exclusive Hellraiser Polystone Pillar of Soul statue to display your puzzle box. Includes a certificate of authenticity. Exclusive art print featuring original Hellraiser artwork from the game, hand signed and numbered by Hellraiser creator Clive Barker. So that's pretty cool. Only 1,000 of the special limited edition version of this print will ever be created, and includes a certificate of authenticity. You get the exclusive Clive Barker Hellraiser Revival Steelbook case. You get the deluxe hardcover version of The Art of Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival book. Special Clive Barker Hellraiser Revival trading card pack. You get a Revival poster that's a 27 by 40. So that's a one sheet. That's a full movie size poster. So that's impressive as well. You also get the collector's edition display box. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff in that one, and I'm sure that one is going to be pretty sought after by the fans. Thing is, for me with Hellraiser, it's never really been my jam. When I picked up horror films back in the mid 80s, there was a friend of mine who had about a year on me in age, and he was allowed to rent a lot of the horror films back then, you know, mid 80s, and that's kind of where I started. That's how I got into Nightmare on Elm Street and all that stuff. But Hellraiser was another favorite of his he liked to watch. So I saw the first two, and I think I saw the third one a while back, but I never did see any more. Hellraiser just was never my thing. I would always watch it and go, meh. Really didn't do it for me. And I know some people love it. I have nothing but respect for Clive Barker. I know he's a legend in the community, you know, and Hellraiser and Pinhead and all the characters, they deserve all the respect in the world, but just not my jam. So I guess in a way it's a good thing for me, because I don't have to go out of my way to buy this thing and get it and all the rest of it. But I am a little surprised that they went with Hellraiser. I feel like it's not as popular of a franchise as many others that, you know, we've been waiting for forever, right? Like, you know, there's this Halloween game that's supposed to be coming. I feel like that's going to be obviously way more popular, you know, as well as the Evil Dead game that Boss Team did before. I thought they did a good job with that. That was cool, but it didn't really last. And I feel like it's got a much larger fan base than Hellraiser. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this is going to be sort of a niche game for specific horror fans, and I worry this one's not going to last very long, because, again, I'm surprised they went with a Hellraiser license. Like I said, we've been waiting for Halloween. I know a lot of people would love to see a Scream game. I would love to see that. Even a remaster of Friday the 13th, as I've mentioned before, and stuff, or any of that, a Nightmare on Elm Street game, any of that stuff would be interesting. But I am surprised to see Hellraiser in there. But I just wanted to throw that in quick, that Boss Team made that announcement, so they are committed to that. And as you know, there's been some rumors that they were going to be doing the Halloween game, and that they in fact lost the license, and someone else is doing it now. And it's rumored to be Gunn and Ilphonic, which, again, I know it freaks a lot of you people out, because you're not happy with Gunn, and I totally get that. But yeah, I can't stay away from anything Halloween or Friday, so I'm kind of stuck. So I hope they do a much better job if in fact they are the ones making the Halloween game. But it's looking more and more like Boss Team probably isn't involved in the Halloween game anymore, and the rumors are probably true. I mean, they could be doing that as well as this Hellraiser game, but I think it's a little more of a long shot. Anyway, that's the news today. So big Hellraiser game coming from Boss Team as well. So I just wanted to throw that in there while I'm doing all this editing. Anyway, that is it for now for some quick updates. I'm going to be doing a pickups video real soon. I got some new stuff in from Gutter Garbs. Been a while since I've got anything from them. Their stuff got pretty expensive in the recent year or so. And of course, I've been cutting down on a lot of my t-shirt collecting and stuff. It's just, you know, it's getting really expensive, and just the way everything is now, it's just something I've decided I'm going to cut back on. But I do have some Gutter Garbs pickups to show you guys real soon. I also wanted to cover the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I'm still working on that, but that's basically what I have coming up on the horizon. I do have a week off or so here, so I'm hoping to get a few things shot in between doing some things around the house that I need to do. So we will see what happens. But anyway, thank you guys as always for watching, and we will see you again for another one real soon. Take care.